For our second keynote speech, let's welcome Professor T.S. Dr. Rahinah Ibrahim. Professor T.S. Dr. Rahinah Ibrahim is an accomplished design scientist, construction industry expert, and a global entrepreneur. She is currently a senior professor of architecture and a former dean at the Faculty of Design and Architecture, University Putrajaya, Malaysia, UPM. She is also the advisor to the Eagle Center, co-founder of Grounded Learning Sdn Bhd and Oceanary Industries Enterprise. The Built Environment Informatics research that she established focuses on developing theories and emerging computer-integrated applications in sustainable product innovations and has produced 21 intellectual properties profiled in more than 50 countries. For her research achievements, she was awarded the Top Research Scientist of Malaysia in 2012 and 2018, and later Fellow with Lifelong Entitlement FASC from the Academy of Sciences Malaysia. The Ministry of Education Malaysia has awarded her the National Academic Award AAN 2013 for Arts and Creativity category. Please welcome Professor T.S. Dr. Rahinah Ibrahim for a keynote speech entitled 21st Century Talent Development, Sustaining Indigenous Knowledge for Global Exploitation. Falyatafaddali.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Right. Okay. To start this, everybody know from my short bios that I'm from academia. So I've been warned by the organizer to not speak like an academic here. This is all business people. Also, my family also reminded me, please don't talk like a scientist. I try my best, to not be there in between and let you be interactive with me. Okay, so let me try whether this works or not. It's a bit of challenging. I want to challenge you because I'm happy to be here. Thank you to the organizer. I waited for this chance to be in a business networking area to bring my thoughts about where things are and how far, not ahead, behind we are, in our intellectual pursuit. So let's see. Most of you are either in the managing director post or the chief executive officer, and then most of you are in the employee part of the organization. So, where are we? So let's ask ourselves, so many times, this management company always asks you, what's the top 10 skill set that your employee should have? Now so that your organization can be competitive. So this is where we started to look into how university is supposed to help graduates fulfill this. Right. So this is my content. What's this 21st century? For those of you who are not aware, it's good to have some refresher. Then we go to the second part. We as the business owner, just now our first keynote speaker said, innovate. What, Because we've been doing the business for the last 10, 20 years. What do we innovate? Something that we already innovate. So I'll give you one example, a sanitation issue. And then how do we go about it? Can we go like the rest of it, or we really have to break out from our box? And then I'll share with you some of the samples of my successful students. I'm not successful. My students are successful. Where they are, because they are all in the rest of the world. And then perhaps you can take home some of these and make a way forward with your organization and yourself. Okay, so this 21st century talent, yeah? So the mantra is, talent must manage evolving organization. Evolving organization. Then, less need for physicals present. So because of COVID, then we realize we don't need walls to work. Can be on the sofa. And then with internet, we have global offices, right? Right. So the challenge to the bosses, we expect the youth to have these characteristics. My question to you is, do you have these characteristics? You expect the young people to come in ready-made, but you are not yet. I say not yet. So this is by Forbes. One thing good about Forbes, they regularly do survey top 100 companies, top 500 companies in the world. What are the current top 10 skills that you need for good entrepreneurship? Yeah. Number one, intellectual curiosity. So as I go along here, ask yourself, how many do you have? Inclusivity. Okay. Communication skill. Listening skills. Collaborative ability. Employee-centric thinking. Yeah. Talent growth mindset available and present. Yeah. Mindfulness. Technology skills. Strong moral and ethical vision. Okay. We heard just now many speakers spoke about this. Let's see what it is actually. Now, behavioral responses. Do you do the other part? To be intellectual, curious, are you the one asking a lot of questions? Okay? Can we do this? Why is not working? Yeah? Be neutral. You are always right, and everyone is also always right. Okay? You are never wrong, and so is no one else is wrong. Okay? Be neutral. Convincing others without hurting the others. Ya, kecil hati ramai. Knowing your customer, do you ask the right question? Yeah? Do you tailor your product to your customer need? Okay, number 5, collaboration. Okay, we heard yesterday, today, collaborate. It's a new concept actually in Islam in the business. Okay, because very difficult unless you really like grow up together or you had some trauma together, then you realize, yeah, you can work together. Then moving as a team together. This one also the same. And then talent growth mindset is a little bit complex, but it requires you to perform at a higher level with the same resources or less resources. That takes a lot of creativity. Okay? And then mindful of your environment. Hey, we are changed, after COVID-19. Okay? People don't want to come back to office anymore. Yeah? At one time, the lecturers also, no, we cannot. We have to teach face-to-face because we are so used to teaching. Right now, I think my colleagues and I also, can I still work from home? Can I still do things from my office? Okay, and then continuously adapt to changes. Yes, it can be slow, it can be very fast. Yeah, but adaptation is a must. And then most importantly, which I find throughout these 25 years, is making decisions with integrity. It's about me, it's about others when you make the decision. And so how you prioritize your decision. Very important. Now, the same thing just now, except for 2, collaborative ability and employee-centric thinking. Guess what? These are PhD skills. Okay? Now you know where I'm going, right? Okay. You don't believe that you have these skills until I show you this, except for those 2, because for a PhD degree to be conferred to an individual, the individual must demonstrate the capability and capacity to create new knowledge. And this new knowledge must be comparable in the whole world. Not only Kuala Lumpur, not only Malaysia, in the whole world. Then we give you the PhD degree, that paper. Okay? So, in looking at innovation, this is some issues, as I work a lot with thousands of students already. Things are in front of you. Okay, now you are NGO, you are humanitarian, what else? You are business owner also. Okay, a lot of things. But most often we always see when disaster happen, yeah, because it's a world event, right? But when it's not disaster, what do you see? What do you see? So this is why I say we see, but we don't see. It's like a fish. You don't realize that they are in the water unless you take it out from the water. So this is the ability for each business owner to look outside yourself. Okay, that's why the mindfulness comes in, to see what other people are not seeing. So this is where opportunity in what I call to create this competitive advantage you can create for you, because majority of the people cannot see. So you're the one who can see. So let's see what you can. I give this example. This is housing. Agree? Housing, right? So find the difference physical infrastructure. Okay, my background is architecture, my PhD in construction. So find the difference, physical infrastructure difference. What do you see? Okay, just write down. This is not going to be an exam, okay? Don't worry. Then just write down. Everybody's right, remember? Everybody's right, nobody's wrong. And then find one difference you would expect about the social culture of the people who are living in the one on top and the one at the bottom. Just jot down. Don't worry. You're not wrong. Okay. So this is what we term as macro issues. So as business owners, are you aware of the geography where your product is going? Are you aware of the accessibility where your product is going? Okay? Then are you aware of the communication method? Even the language also, and the means, yeah? Okay. Now, everybody care about internet, right? So which one do you think got internet? And you want to send your product there? Which one? Are you sure? I said maybe. Maybe. All right. Then the social culture. Who's living there? Okay. What kind of employment they have? The economy part of it. Okay. How much do you think they earn? And then how rich are they? That means with the income that they have and the cost that they have to expend. To survive globally, so you must know your operating environment. Okay. We want to go outside Malaysia. We want to bring our product outside Malaysia. Okay. When we say everybody can speak English, sure, right? Okay. Do they really understand you? Not sure. Not sure. Okay, Malaysia say bring this one container over there. Yeah, but actually your container cannot pass the cargo port even. Why? Because your communication is not clear. What can you bring in, how to bring in and all that. Okay? And then your resources. You have people on the ground or not? Not sure. Okay? What else? Do you need another car? You can bring your own car from Malaysia. Okay? I don't know. How about the finance part? Can you release your money ASAP, immediately? How about the human resource over there? Can you speak the language? Okay. Now, a smaller part, I call it micro. Ni tengok whether you can see or not, yeah? What's this? Toilet. Up and down, both toilet. PPRT, down. Another PPRT, but somewhere else. Okay? Ladies, would you go to the one on top? Brothers, would you like your wife to go to the one on top? It's a toilet, huh? Okay? Okay, you see? You see the green on the top? Do you see the green on the top? Do you know what that is? That's the ocean below the floor. Do you see the part? No, right? This is what I call direct discharge. And it has a sound, natural sound when it drops into the water, okay? All right? Okay, you can laugh now. But brothers, if you have girls, daughters, you have your wife having your monthly menses. Okay. How do you think they feel when they go there? How do you feel? Okay. Those that I spoke to, every month, heavy depression, just to use the toilet. Okay? Right. So what difference do you see in the physical infrastructure? What do you see in the other one? This toilet come from those picture before, the island and the PRT. Okay. So can you see now? Can you see what you don't see or what you haven't seen? Okay. So these are micro issues. One, material. Then you can see, oh, why so cheap? Okay. Then the other one, you see any utilities there? There's no piping, so you know you have to bring your pail, if you have the pail. Okay. Then down there, all right. Elements in space. Imagine yourself, yeah? This is something where to create your sensitivity. How do you move in this space? How do you move? Okay? Okay, private, cannot tell you. Function, all the and the psychology of space. Okay, I'm concerned about the girls and the women who uses this. Right? To survive globally, the small details matter. Okay? It's the small thing that makes your business successful. Why at the time when I show this example? Remember your 10 skills there? Okay? This is the toilet. Why it made the girls and the women more stressful? This is outside the toilet. Outside the toilet. I cannot imagine, but if I were to ask them, this is what they have to, because the noises of the boys and the men in the water, they can hear while they're doing their business. So it's just down there. And you have menses. Okay? Right. Sabah is not alone. Sabah is not alone. 27% of the world population has no sanitation connection. Okay? It's the cheapest solution because it has the largest backyard to throw the ocean. But now the situation is becoming more serious because of the damage to the corals. You don't have the corals, guess what? Forget about the fish that we eat. That is how bad it is. You damage the ocean, guess what? 50% of your oxygen is gone from the air. Okay. Do you see that? Inshallah, today you see. Right. Now, let's say you are the one going to solve this. So I give you a problem that is not your everyday solution. Try to answer this. Everybody has a right answer. Okay. what do you want to do, or what do you want to be impacted by your innovation? So let's do some innovation thinking here, yeah? So write down something, think about it. I have 4 questions here. What do you want to be impacted by your innovation? Number 2, what kind of impact do you want to achieve with your innovation? So your product must have a function to do something. Yeah? So what do you want it to achieve? Then, what information do you need? We cannot innovate without information. So what do you need? What do you need? And then not only one innovation. What else do you need? What other information? So have this. So assume that everybody got the answer, right? With the 4 answers, you can provide a solution, inshallah. And guess what? With the 4 answers, you can start a PhD. As easy as that. Okay? So after this, in 2 months' time, everybody will apply. Okay, so this is the answer that we give. Women and children. Who's going to be impacted by the innovation? Women and children at Water Village. What impact do you want? We want to give back the dignity to the women and children. Okay, what do you need to know? Independent sewage treatment system. How to make it non-centralized, yeah? And then, what else do you need? How to preserve ocean biodiversity. So it's not only one solution. It's about impact. 2 impact actually. One is social, which is the women and children, right? Second one is the ocean. SDG 14 below the water. But your solution is SDG 6, sanitation. And this comes from SDG, I think, 8, education. 4. If I cannot get sponsorship from Bank Islam, tak tahu nak cakap apa. This is for SDG. Right. Okay. So with this form, remember the answer that I put? Yeah. Actually, this is the inquiry you make for your innovation. How to confer dignity to women and children at Water Village while you preserve the ocean biodiversity with independent sewage treatment system. Guaranteed PhD question. How many minutes was that? You don't need 1 year to get a PhD question. Okay, few minutes. And with this 4, you got 16 options to prioritize your solution. Ada 16 option that you can do. Simple? Excited? No need to do PhD. Be a PhD thinker. And then you innovate for your company. Okay, so this is the solution. ISTP is a PhD thesis. If any one of you have gone through university, even UPM, 30% similarity, you don't want plagiarism happen, some is 25. This student, 2%. How original the work is. For me, the supervisor, I will stand by this solution because very novel, confirm. Yeah? And we know about it. We know about it. Very early on, not after he finished. Very early, we already know. And very proud to say, first Malaysian Technology Award under construction after 184 years, CIOB UK, Charter of Institute of Building UK, conferred to a Malaysian technology since its establishment 184 years ago. So we know we are on something. Yeah? Thank you. So next, how to get people to pay, right? So we were selected 14 projects from 100 entries from 8 APAC country. We got first winner. We didn't expect to win. We just want to learn how to do business, right? So we won. They liked the business plan. And then we try some more, and then we got United Nations Environmental Program interested because they said, we're looking for this technology. Still looking. Okay? So What happened? After 2 years, we got this. I got a call from the UNEP people. Hey, Rahinah, your project is recognized as SDG good practice. You know how hard is that to get your name there also? Very difficult. It's a once a year affair. It's nominated not by us, nominated by UNEP, by the agency itself. Okay. Now, so that technology, it started with a square, went to the side. Remember just now? Be aware of your operating environment, so it become a cylinder. Okay, because of the water current. This is what it takes. From a thesis, number 4, focus on sanitation, SDG 6. The impact, 12. So we presented this proposal to UNEP, and that's how we got that fund. Okay. Oops. So this is the what I want to do. It's not alone. Not alone. We have to work with NGO, which is Exploitation. We got to work with another university from Sabah, AMS. Okay. We just bring the technology. We don't know the people. We brought researchers from Sabah. And then we got people living on that island itself to be our research assistant. So we got very good rapport with the with everybody. Yeah, everybody. So, and then we have one here, Mike. Okay. Now, so what I want to share with you, I wouldn't be here to talk about innovation to business people who are very strong in bringing forth their product, yeah. But during the PMB Senior Fellowship Program, which was awarded to me, we got these 56 SMEs, yeah, SMEs. Okay, what's your problem in your business? Those 4 questions that I asked just now, 100% of them give me PhD problem. And these are diploma people, first degree people, only 2 maybe master. The rest, not PhD. And you're running business. IKS, yeah? IKS. And then you expect them to solve and innovate. Okay? If you are there, so let's see what we can do. Yeah? So the proposition now, I'm giving to you, proposition number 1, why not become a PhD thinker? Be one who can think like a PhD scholar, yeah? But I have a better proposition for you. Why not have a PhD based on your own business problem? Something to think about. Yeah? I'm seeing a trend. Because I taught students 25 years already. My first batch, second batch that I taught, they're coming back to school. And when I ask them, what's wrong with outside? They are millionaires also, right? My students are millionaires, right? They said, Prof, I keep doing this every day, recycle. I cannot find any more different I can do. I'm really good at it. So I want to come back. I want to learn different things. Different things is not different thing. I want to know how to create the innovation. I want to know and advance myself so I can become more competitive. They are competitive already, but more competitive right now. So we are seeing more of our alumni coming back to university to pick up or to advance their knowledge. Okay. Next. So I'm going to share with you some of my successful students because I want to share with you. In all 15 years after I graduated from Stanford, this is what I found. Be proud of where you come from. What you learn from outside, yes, we refer to American, European work. Yes, but the sources is local, it's mine, ours. Okay? I'm sad when I hear simple solution, you keep importing technology. Keep importing here because, that one already established, already done that, so forth. Okay, how about your own technology? Okay, you can do it. You can do it. Right. So I'm going to share with you. So all these people that I'm going to show with you already have 5 to 10 years of working experience. They work in the industry. They are consultants. Yeah, they are builders also. But they come back to school because they need it. Making groundbreaking discovery result because they are doing it in Malaysia. So I would like them to do Malaysian study. Okay, pushing new frontiers with Malaysian knowledge. So now they are bringing Malaysian knowledge to go elsewhere. Yeah, it can be your business doing the same also. Okay, Prof, my student already professor in UK, not in Malaysia. Yeah, in UK, third country. He come from developing country. So he's now professor in digital engineering and manufacturing at one of the UK university. So with what he learned, yeah, he is now one of the top guy in Europe on digital twin smart city, because he's a builder, he's an architect, he's a developer also, but he loved this innovation part. Okay. He studied his PhD, he just studied how architects convey design concept to engineer and why during construction it all went wrong. Okay, so maknanya what it means is not all the information is understood by the party who receive it. And you can ask again, why the difference? Okay, why the difference? So you got that. So now he is building up the whole supply chain or European supply chain, from architecture design to fabrication to implementation to facility management. This is what his expertise now after 10 years. So that's why he got his professorship. And all linked up with IoT. And he's going into AI. Okay? Right. Second one, my second professor. Now in New Zealand. We talk about futures. He is designing something that you haven't seen yet. We haven't seen. So how? So he's using, when we use the word beam, I graduated 2005, yeah? So beam sekarang dah famous, yeah? In Malaysia. The first time beam arrived in Malaysia was 2009. I graduated in 2005. So how is it, yeah? Okay. So he's going into automation using, I want to impress you, design, cognition, and computing. He's smart. I call him a genius. He's looking into the thinking process, how people make decisions to create those wonderful, wonderful shape and form, and he's automating it into a digital form. Okay. So his first study, he automated the Muslim client's special requirement into BIM project. That was his first. So now he's doing what he loves to do, transferring client requirement into automation processes and come up with a form and function. Right, next one. This is something that we always find in construction project. And the more that you go overseas, okay, not only limited to construction, even in regular product business, is the culture different. You don't talk like us Malaysia when you talk to Japanese people. You don't talk like us when we are communicating with Americans. Okay, they have certain perception of you and you have certain perception of them also. So same. So why we fail to collaborate across culture. Okay, so this is a study, why project fails. And everybody was so intelligent, but projects still fail. So we cannot speak the same language, even though we speak English, but we're not. Okay. Right, this one. When she first started this, she was scared. You know why she's scared? Prof, you mean to tell I have the ability to manipulate the thinking of potential customers? I said, yes. Eh? You know what she do? How housing developer can manipulate potential buyer emotion to purchase new home. Okay. Next one, 100%. We look at all things very old. There are reasons. Yeah. So I call it behavioral ergonomics. How you move in space. Your hands like this. Yeah. This is ergonomic. Your the length of the hand, the feet, and all that. Okay. I remember at one time. Okay, who has sat in a Sukhoi fighter jet? Anyone? I sat in there. Big chair. Big. And then you know what the pilot said? We have to wear double glove. Why? You are flying berapa kilometer tu? Double glove. Tak longgar ke? Kan? Double glove sebab, ma'am, Sukhoi is designed for big Russian people. We cannot hold the stick. Tu corner kena double glove. Panas pula tu Malaysia kan. So they are wearing double, very hot. Air condition is not really working in the cockpit kan. So this ergonomic thing, if you want to go to ASEAN country, do not follow even. So this is something we tell our students, do not use the European or the American, this graphic standard which is for them. We said use for Malaysia's. Itu kena buat. For that. Okay, so for her, she studied traditional user movement in space and then using heritage product to guide new product development. So she's going into modernizing traditional form, okay, keeping those little things that really makes it traditional, but changing the rest of things that's into something new. So this is really good. So this person, we always thought OKU only in wheelchair, right? Do you know that the pregnant lady is OKU also? You know that? Do you know that the person who pushed the pram is also OKU? We forgot. That's why this universal need. So we have to change those. So do you see opportunity here? So this thing you have to see. What opportunity you have to see what is not obvious. Not obvious, yeah? Okay. See users, real user needs. The empathy, so development of emotional support translated into physical support. Yeah, for health and well-being in man-made infrastructure. Okay, another person. Now in Australia, he had. I like to tell this story also because so many stories here lately. Yeah? Okay, he has experienced new technology, so he has to teach. He's a graduate. So you have these graduate people teaching new technology. But you know who is teaching? People without any degree, who doesn't even know one word that he say about this technology. So he has a problem. So now he said, no, I want to do my PhD. How do I teach them? Yeah, this low-skill laborer, something I know, without them having to go to university. So he created a game. You play the game, you got it. So that's what he did. So now he's developing these games in Australia. Sayang kan kat Malaysia? Okay, so he counter low-skill Malaysian labourer behaviour. So he was using behaviour embedded in the system to solve the complexity of explaining difficult assembly project. Okay. This is something we need to be proud of, but also we need to be sad because we do not support her. The whole world thought, you know how to overcome jet lag? You see in the plane, okay, use this light, then you get your jet lag done. Have you seen that? Yeah. Her dissertation debunk maknanya counter that theory doesn't work for people in the tropics. So it's not Malaysian solution. And guess where? Because she went around after she graduated, even to the big lighting company to develop further or to do some application. No takers. And guess what? She's now working with the student of the theory that she debunked in Sweden now. Guess what they will have? They will have a light therapy application and treatment all over the world because we don't want to invest. How much we lost? All. Okay? All right. So, for those of you who are not aware, so if some of you who are working in shop lots, you know there's only window in the front for your boss and the toilet window, right? She found out that hormonal imbalance can cause you cancer. Because you are working not under sunlight during daytime. Be aware of that. Okay, so we have a lot of hormone imbalances. So she's an architect. She learned medical. The committee are all medical sciences people. She published in top medical journal. Q1. Malaysia. So now in Sweden. Okay. So are you going to be like one of them? They came back because she got a part 3. She's a professional architect. She said, I can't go anywhere, so I want to do this. Okay? Right. So now, here we are. We're not universities. So, we have the Eagle Center. I would like to welcome you to remember the first proposition. Be a PhD thinker. Okay? So, the Eagle Center, we want to be the knowledge transfer hub between experts and professionals. We empower local researchers like me and my friends, yeah, and industrial professionals with comprehensive training courses by collaborating with university professors inside and outside Malaysia to co-create, yeah, cutting-edge course syllabi, innovative marketing strategy, and reliable customer support. We are going to be one hub for knowledge transfer, yeah. So we do collaboration, consultancy, and empowerment to our customers. The core of our support system is another patent pending technology, yeah, called the Eagle system. What it does is it uses step-by-step process. If you talk to any PhD student, they love to tell you this is so difficult, this is so challenging, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. They love the grandmother story, okay? Because it's challenging. But what I'm trying to tell you here is, you saw those answers just now? Those are the simple steps. That's all that you need to be a PhD thinker. Okay? So, how long do you take to do abstract? 2 days. How long do you need to publish a review paper? 1 month. You know that literature review chapter? That is why some of our friends, 7 years also cannot finish their PhD. Because this chapter 2, the theory part is missing. We can help you 6 months finish. Okay, with a new theory. And lastly, like my case, I went to Stanford, yes, it took me 3 years to create that research question. Now my student, 10 minutes. Okay? So many of when I presented this overseas, okay, they always ask me, where were you when we were doing our PhD? So I said, I also was asking the same question. Nobody. Yeah? So this is what we can do. We help. And then some of the automation is for all the tedious thing that you don't want to do. But we make sure that all the information critical to your thesis is in there. When I say thesis, maknanya your research. Yeah? And press a button. You can create your abstract. Press a button. You can get your chapter 2. But there is something that we don't do. The system doesn't do. to go to your examination, which is Viva, at the end, you are the only one defending your new knowledge. So meaning that during the process, we don't allow the machine to make intellectual decisions for you. So you grow your intellectual maturity as you're exposed over time. Okay, so these are some of the features. I'm helping, we call it ICU. Those are our friends who 5 years, 6 years cannot finish. We can identify why you went wrong. We can identify that in one day, they know where they went wrong. Okay, so we had group, 3 months finish. Yep. So structured library, so this is the chapter 2 that I talk about. We also can show you your novelty index. Okay, if you don't meet some of the numbers, tak payah buat lah. Okay, no need. It will be very difficult to even defend your innovation. Okay, so focus on what you need. So speed and support. Focus. So these are some of the work that I show, and also these are our eagle trainers. Yeah, Japan, Malaysia. These are all certified trainer, and these are training. We hope we can certify them this year. We are going to China. We are already in Japan. Yeah, and to enter in Japanese university is very difficult. So now it's 3 years running already. We are training medical informatics engineering student. Guarantee them they will get their patent. They need patent to graduate. Okay, so during the process, yeah, we do that. So 5 countries already, 5 international university, 3 Malaysian university, 3 industrial profession. There are 3 of them here. Okay, these are the area that we have covered from our student, both social science and both science tech. Okay, some of the universities, local, international. Okay, so current traction, quite a lot already. Okay, this is the group. I don't show the logo of the university. And then we can do that. Within 2 days, 3 days, full house. Limited edition, yeah. Okay, so these are some of the modules that you may be interested. This one is for those, if you know your friends who are already in the process and struggling, this is where you can come. But this is the other one, you don't have to go to school. This is where the PhD thinking part. If you wish, do this. If you want to finish, then you can figure out, okay, maybe I got a chance. Why not? Do the PhD while you solve your business problem, right? Or you get your second person to go, the junior, yeah, to do this. Okay. We call it scalable training modules. So this is a typical thesis, yeah. Very, very boring for some of you. Very boring. It's broken down, so it's not boring. So you only go where you want to learn. And then these are the tools. It's an online system. These are the book and the workbook also. So this thinking tool. Okay. I think I brought some here. So you can let me know if you want. So we can do that. So in conclusion, let's do that. Look beyond the obvious. Yeah. We don't like change. We expect our young staff to change. You got to change. All right. If you don't change, support the changes, all right? So this is my proposition. Be the one in front of the changes while the changes is happening in front of you immediately. You know what? You are there, they are still struggling, trying to adjust. So that's why I said there, you don't have to change much if you already know where you're going. Your company is stable because you see the future already, okay? Then now we are moving transdisciplinary. That's why the good thing about you need to learn to work together. So I mentioned just now that the 2 parts that is not in the PhD just now, got to practice that one. And then qualitative research. If you saw just now, these are technology solutions. The difference with what they had just now in the sample that I showed was they touched the human part of it. The emotion of the user, the sensitivity of the user, the physical aspect of the user, the behavior, the culture of the user, that makes your technology, your potential innovation local. Okay? And this is what when you patent it, it's yours, it's Malaysian. Because you refer a lot of the knowledge behind it, also guided by the West, and this is why they can be exported overseas by you, the Malaysian company. Yeah, so this is where we are going. So now, this one example that we are doing now, new master, we propose something new. It took 15 years because even my university also don't believe it can work. Now they do. This master in construction technology management. We use all the theory that we had in the BER research group. We apply it in studio design, in the curriculum development. So all the way going to Senat, we're not talking about this university got this. No. We were presenting why based on the result of our research that we have and why the program has to. I'm done. That's it. Thank you. All right. So there will be some books there. Thinking tools. How to think. So for today, you can get it for 50 ringgit. I hope it's outside there. And that's it. If you want more information, you can contact me. All right, Mr. MC, I'm done. Just in time.
Thank you, Prof. We have about 5 minutes. We can open for questions if there are any from the floor.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Jaafar from Singapore. I'm so sorry, I still owe you a project in Singapore because after that there's a COVID. Okay, when you talk about PhD mindset, the concern is actually more towards because it is geared towards the industry. That means you are trying to create them more, being more profitable ataupun being more productive. I'm not against that. Cuma I see that for a development in a regional community, I think that the problem adalah they are multifaceted, and my concern is we are more going into in terms of the facilities rather than the thought process. So I believe that in going forward, is not to create PhD punya mindset towards the career ataupun panggil sebagai being employed, tapi towards an entrepreneurial punya mindset. And this is where in regional punya development, say for example in Cambodia ataupun mungkin in Philippines, they have different cultures, and there are also different things which they can do and things which they cannot do. And to help them daripada segi sudut being employed towards a more entrepreneurial punya mindset. So how do you think that because the notion of PhD is actually more towards the industry, but I'm moving beyond the industry, beyond that thing into the thought process.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Jafar. Like I mentioned just now, everybody is correct. Everybody is right based on your experience. Okay. The thoughts the words that's missing here is the entrepreneurship. I define entrepreneurship here with the innovation is you are creative enough to innovate your individual invention and make money out of it. When you say make money out of it, you are turning into entrepreneur. Yeah. So on that basis, many that I see, you can make money. Yes. But when you go overseas, they will ask you, what's the difference? We have this one. What's the difference with your product and our product? So if you bring in something new that they have, buy local, which is, that means yours will not win. But if you have a what you call USP, this unique selling proposition there, so you know that you have something special. And I tell you, when they know that this product of yours sampai PCT, mana you dah ada country filing, country protection, they respect you because they know they lost. They know they lost. They cannot beat you because you already got it at the international level. So this is the part, yeah. When I know the government looks into the younger generation, you got a lot of startup. Okay, kalau startup subsidized, is that a startup? Okay, where's the entrepreneurship? Then you say, okay, go in something new. Then everybody is doing software application, website application. Okay. Who's going to put the product in? Okay, so same. So this one, we created that. We created the system. We know we can get the content, but we can get the system. And this is why our product is already protected in China and India, the most populous country in the world, because we know they need it. We know they need it. And even my class, I got 95% of my class right now is Chinese mainland. Yeah. So we're going there. So learning how they think, how they work, how we communicate with them, something. So that will be my answer, which is the innovation that you created, the invention that the company will produce, become the source of income for the entrepreneur to bring forward locally and also bring up. So usually in any entrepreneurship training that we go through, our potential CEO, startup owners, they will always be asked, what's new, what's unique? What's new, what's unique? So you got to study all over. Then you start all over again. Why didn't I study that before? Why I study after I got my product? Something like that. Yeah. So it takes some time to do some study. It takes sometimes some people, senior people, to tell you. That's why in the startup you have mentors who had gone through this process. They tell, oh, don't do this way. We know you already failed. So you need that kind of mentorship program going along. Okay? Okay?
Okay, thanks. The second questions. Yes.
All right.
Last
The
question.
microphone.
Second and last question.
Assalamualaikum. Just very short statement. Thank you very much for a very heartwarming presentation. My question really isn't a question. It's just wanting to get more from your technique. Do you think spiritual content contributes a lot in looking for 21st century talent development? Thank you.
For the reason that I said just now, emotion tadi, emotion, personal, the answer is yes. Okay, how? So usually we have all these, I call it ustaz, yang teachers of religious studies. Difficulty to translate, and then for us to listen and then translate into technology solution. Okay, I believe it can be done. If I were to say working very hard, some of the things that we embed there, we don't brand it under Islamic Sharia, but we teach people integrity when they use our system. Integrity is only you know whether you have integrity or not. between you and God. Sometimes we promise people, not necessarily you will do. Why? Because only us know. Okay. So in that sense, in my short answer, yes, you can. Yeah. And I done this with in one of the university in Malang. Yes, who they are? All these ustazah from Mahat Tahfiz, and they're doing PhD. Imagine, PhD, Quranic study, Hadith study, and they're doing PhD. Can be done. And 50% of them, at the end of the class, of the course, 50% of them have identified their potential IP already. Whether they finish or not, accordingly, that's a different story. But we already know they can if they finish it properly. Okay, thank you.
So thank you again, Prof, and the brothers who have asked the questions. Again, give a hand of applause to the professor. I'd like now to call upon IR Ahmad Zakaria to come up on stage to give a little token to the professor.